G'day guys, Jonesy here. I'm posting this a day after the 12-month anniversary of the suicide of a 13-year-old. He went through the Lismore February 2022 floods. As he sat on the roof, he watched a body float by. He could hear neighbours during the night and day scream out, and then those screams would just go silent. He collected his grandmother's sleeping pills and ended his life. It's just, it doesn't count as a flood death. Nope. And the government's hiding the real suicide rate. It's up by over 50% unofficially. The attempted suicide rate in the Northern Rivers area has skyrocketed since the floods. Fuck all's been done. The government's given grants, but it's been minimal. And I've highlighted at the very start. You know, the government need to do more, especially where mental and physical disabilities and autism was concerned. They need additional extra support services for floods. It's hard enough, normal people, strong people going through this, but people with autism, you know, and those that have autistic kids or family members or work with autism, you know, a lot of it comes to obsessive compulsive behaviors. And so you can imagine, anyway, whether they're autistic or 10 years old or 11 years old at that time, whether they're 23 or 50, there's just not enough government support services. The Northern Rivers area has 3 clinical psych nurses doing field work, and they're still including the Black Summer bushfire affected. So we have 3 field workers for the state government going out. You know, we have a regional population. I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to Google it, but I'm not going to. I've just got too much on my mind. But Clarence to Tweed, probably no more than, you'd be, I'd estimate, 750 to 1 million people for the whole area. You got Clarence Valley, Richmond, Lismore, Ballina, Boran, Tweed, Kyogle. 3 fucking clinical nurses is not enough. The phone counselling services, you know, people don't volunteer anymore, so they have to pay. They have to pay people. And so we got young, and the other issue too is a lot of old people are not doing that stuff anymore. And we got farmers. We got old people ringing up Lifeline, and I love Lifeline. I will hunt down any cunt that talks bad about Lifeline. Sorry Lifeline for using the C word, but your one of your fill-in CEOs knows how much I appreciate Lifeline. Now, the thing is, like I explained to him, people ring up in their 50s, and if that call centre's only got someone in their 20s, a lot of people, there's just no generational connection, and no diss on the people doing it. I love them, you know, because they're trying to help save lives. Fucking oath, they're heroes. But if you're 24 years old watching this right now, and you're a counsellor, and you've lived in the city all your life, or you've lived a pretty good life, and you've never been through a disaster, you haven't been a farmer, you don't know what they've been through, how are you expected to counsel someone in their 50s or 60s? Nothing bad on you. And that's where the government need to give more support services to Lifeline to be able to employ more mature age people. But at the same time, try and focus and get people from disaster areas. So that way, when, like this 13-year-old, you know, how's he meant to reach out, and who's he to reach out to? If he calls Kids Helpline and he's talking to someone that's only 18, but they're from the city and they've not been through a flood or a fire, they have no idea what they've been through. And that's why the government need to try and employ people from disaster-affected areas that are mentally sound enough to be able to do the job, that are young, because there are still some out there. We're still seeing suicides. because of the floods. And their fucking lives matter to me.